for action. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
No, this is not Marineville, and we're not going to launch Stingray.
We confirm that the targets are moving through a restricted zone.
It's the Army firing range. Hopefully we're perfectly safe down here in the canal. The Looping Group have owned Drayton Manor Resort since 2020, and it now contains some of the wildest rides in any theme park across the country. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Or afternoon. Or evening. Whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to today's vlog. Now, we've been a couple of nights at Drayton Manor. And no, we haven't been on the roller coaster, or the dodgems, or the waltzers. Remember the waltzers?
I love those.
Yeah, you have to spin them though. You have to get somebody to spin them, so you can be violently sick afterwards. It's a shame to think that for most people the name Drayton Manor invokes images of a popular theme park. However, this wasn't always the case, and until the 1920s it was famous for being a grand mansion, the family seat of the Peel lineage. The Drayton Manor estate was sold to Robert Peel, a farming and textiles man from Lancashire, about 1790. He was made a baronet in 1800, but it was his son Robert that brought the greatest honours to the family. He became Prime Minister to Queen Victoria and, as Home Secretary, created the London Metropolitan Police Force. If you think you've heard the name Peel before, it's what brought rise to the term peelers, as another name for policemen. Shortly after becoming the second baronet, he set about building a new mansion 30 yards away from the old hall and adopting designs from Sir Robert Smirke, the architect behind Covent Garden Theatre, Lansdowne House and the British Museum. Alongside the house, he also built the ornate and grand turret footbridge that crosses the canal. It's now a listed building, and, to be honest, it could really do with a lick of paint. The swing bridge here is permanently left open and hasn't worked for many years. Building work on the house started in 1830 and was completed at a cost of £50,000 in 1833. Robert Peel died in 1850 and the estate passed to his son, yet another Robert Peel. It was said of him that his greatest misfortune was being the son of his father. Robert Peel the younger had served as a lieutenant in the Staffordshire Yeomanry, wrote 2 books, A Bit of a Fool and An Engagement, but his standing in society could not protect him from a weakness for gambling. Here was a man who had broken the bank in Monaco, netting no less than £12,000. However, his losses were far greater than his winnings, and in 1893 had been declared bankrupt. When his father died in 1895, he might have been forgiven for thinking his problems behind him. However, just 3 years later, he was confirmed bankrupt for a second time. It happened again in 1901, 1903 and 1910, each time managing to avoid paying back any of his creditors. Robert had sold some of the Drayton Manor Gallery in 1900 and rented a house, but still owed £1,700 with no assets of his own. The Drayton Manor estate was sold off in lots in 1919. Sir Robert Peel died at Drayton Manor in 1925. The remaining portions of the original estate were offered at auction in April 1926, the mansion being sold for £6,780. Later that year, demolition work began, with speculation that the site of the mansion house and the park farm adjoining might be developed as a garden city. In 1931, Mr. D.R. Fox, a well-known Lichfield sportsman and garage proprietor, bought the grounds and gardens of Drayton Manor and converted them into a pleasure ground. For the next 18 years they proved to be a popular tourist attraction with 2 lakes, spectacular gardens and a cafe. There was a sale to Mr. and Mrs. George Bryan, whose family had experience running a similar facility called California in England near Wokingham. They proposed to restore the grounds to their former beauty and add many new innovations. The rest, as they say, is history. The Looping Group, a French company with a multitude of leisure parks across Europe, have owned Drayton Manor Resort since 2020, and it now contains some of the wildest rides in any theme park across the country. The only part of the original house still remaining is the clock tower. Right, now we've got to go down here. We're still on the Birmingham and Fazeley Canal. We've got to go down a bit because we're turning around. This was only just a little diversion because we're savouring the last few days of being with Chris and Steve on Amy Joe.
And Smudge.
And Smudge, of course, before they go off to Chester and daughter's wedding and all that sort of stuff. So this is just a little bit of a distraction coming down here, plus the fact there was the lovely Fazeley Mill Marina where we got some services from, so that was definitely worth it. And we've had a lovely time here. The shops are not far away. How far, Jan?
Oh, about a 13-minute walk for
Yeah.
Tesco Express.
Yeah, so there we go. Road noise, well, you know, it is what it is. It's not a very big main road, but those moorings were lovely by there. And like I say, we've got to go and turn round, go back to Fazeley Junction and then get back on the Coventry. And the plan will be, in this vlog, to get to Fradley. Now, you all know Fradley, we were there last year. Loads of people have been there, but we're going to go there. Daughter is meeting us for Mother's Day.
Yes.
It was supposed to be a surprise, but somebody let the cat out of the bag.
She's useless.
I know. Before we go any further, thank you very much for all your kind support, all your lovely comments. We've read all of them.
I've cried again.
Yeah,
I'm useless.
She cried reading some of them out.
Oh, they were lovely.
Hence the reason why we're still doing this and why you're seeing this. Thanks for subscribing, all those new subscribers. Please don't worry about anything. Go back and have a look at some of the old vlogs. Take your time, don't rush. There's 111 of them to get through or something. And then catch up when you're ready. Or you can go backwards. That might be fun, mightn't it? Go backwards.
No, because when you get back to the beginning, they'll turn off.
Yeah. You'll go, is this it? Everybody has to start somewhere. So yes, we're going to go down here, Wind, and then go back to Fazeley Junction, get back on the Coventry and head to Fradley. I think we're aiming to get to Whittington tonight. Fingers crossed. Now, I have set up the GoPro at the front, and obviously I've got this camera here. All being well, I should be able to do a how to win the 60-foot narrowboat.
Don't say that. Last time you did that, we got grounded.
Yes, if you have a look up here, I'll put a link to the last time we did that, and it was a bit windy. Today, touch wood, the weather is a lot better. It's more temperate.
Temperate.
Yeah, that's today's word, temperate. The weather is more temperate today. No wind, so we should be okay. We haven't got that far to go before we turn around. Hey ho. Anyway, wish me luck. I have to say the map is crap in terms of placing where this winding hole is. This is near the first lock, and according to the map it's nowhere near here. It should have been at least another quarter of a mile back. So we're in just over Tickhope at the moment, and I'm going to have to go wide, turn now to get the front in, keep the power going, watch the back end. Tight turn, bit of reverse. Forward, power, don't go mad. Bring it round, I've got plenty of room at the back. I know you can't see it, but trust me. We're now pivoting More on the same lock. The tiller is over to the left, by the way. Bit more power to spring us round. Right, reverse. Forward, full lock on. Coming around. A bit more on that lock going forward. You'll see that I'm pivoting the boat at the centre, and that's where the corner of this winding hole is. So come back, now we've got plenty of room to reverse. Plenty of room behind. And then once we've gone past the front, or the middle part I should say, the centre of the boat, we can give it some more revs forward and full lock on the left to bring us round. And then a bit more reverse to bring us back into the centre of the canal. Try not to get anything around your prop. Okay, and we're okay at the back. So again, bit of tiller over to the left. Take off the power, bring the tiller back to the centre, and away we go. There we are, we've done it. No disasters this time. John didn't need to get out with a pole. I didn't need to get off and pull the boat back through a bridge hole. Yes, very well done, Tony, thank you. I mean, yes, you probably could have done that slightly better, but you know, no accidents. We haven't hit the boat, we didn't do a Suez, and we're now heading back to where we came from. Just so you can see, this is what the winding hole looks like. Ideally you want your bow into that armco and use that as a pivot point. I was a little bit late and I was in the bank, but it doesn't matter, it's nice and soft, that's the main thing. And now we're off towards Fazeley Junction. Let's hope we don't hit Chris and Steve on the way. Haha, look! Morning, everybody. Morning, Smudge. And there we go. How to wind your boat. You do it however you want to do it. That's how I do it. The thing is, sometimes when you are going to a winding hole, it's probably one that you've been to before, but I can guarantee wherever it's marked on the map, it won't be correct. As you can probably see, we are now heading back to Fazeley Junction. Fazeley Mill here on our right hand side, and the bridge is ahead. Now let's see what a mess I can make of this turn. It should be rather easier than getting into here because we're just turning left. We're just turning left, he says. The wind has got up a little bit since we've turned round. It's getting a bit cooler as well in terms of weather. The thing with this junction is it's blind. You come through this bridge and your sight line is stuck. You can't see what's coming to the right or left. So hopefully some horn signals should help. That's the glass railings I was talking to you about. Now the one thing you'll notice, and if you go back and look at the vlog we did at Coventry, you'll know that James Brindley was charged with building the Coventry Canal from here to Fazeley Junction, where it meets the Trent and Mersey. He was paid £150 a year for the job. But unfortunately, his high wages and all the other costs of getting through Atherstone and everything else with the locks, bridges, meant that the Coventry Canal Company ran out of money. And when it got here, the Birmingham Fazeley Canal Company took over. How do we know all this? Well, apart from the fact it's all history, you'll now notice on this part of the Coventry Canal that all the bridges have got names, whereas previously they were all numbered, and the last numbered bridge coming from the Coventry Canal was number 77. But now, following the Birmingham and Fazeley way of naming the bridges rather than numbering them, all of the bridges now between here and Fazeley Junction have got names. So there we go, there's your history lesson for today. Well, we can see some lovely green fields on this side. It used to be green fields on the opposite side, but now it's all construction, new housing. Progress, it's all progress, you know. So go out and enjoy the green fields while you can. While I'm in miserable old git mode, here's my sight line for the bridge ahead. You'll notice that virtually the entire side of this canal is covered by reeds. I cannot see anything that might be coming through that bridge. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I now can't see anything now. I can't line up for the bridge, and I can't see if anything's coming the other way. Thank God Jan is at the front. If I was a solo boater, well, who knows? Bristol Bridge. Morning everybody. We're just leaving this lovely mooring, secluded mooring at Hopwas. You can moor in the town if you want to. A bit busy, main road, and it does get full, and it's full, and we're in March. But come out a little bit. It's only about a mile, if that, and you've got this woodland, and you can hear the birds tweeting. Yes, this is known as Hopwas Wood. Can't think why, can you? On our left here is the Army firing range, so you have to be very careful.
We confirm that the targets are moving through a restricted zone.
No red flags. But yeah, they do military exercises in there.
We're clear to engage. Time on target. 5 mics. Out.
Hopefully we're perfectly safe down here in the canal. Well, I hope so anyway. Just going through Whittington. Wonder if Dick came from here. Don't know if you can see those cranes in front. No, this is not Marineville. And we're not going to launch Stingray. That is HS2 yet again, ploughing through the land. Bit grey and dull today. Never mind. We have a pub, that's the main thing. We're just helping to moor up Amy Joe, and we've moored up here at Fradley.
Thank you very, very much for supporting us and for watching.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. It's totally free to do so. And then when you have subscribed, press the bell icon.
Ding!
Thank you, Jan.
See you next time and take care.
Happy cruising.
Bye.